Hey champions, happy Thursday. Hey, I wanted to take an opportunity to get in front of a camera and just talk to you. Actually, if you don't mind, can I share with you a vulnerable expression and a little bit of a story about me? So it is July 2nd, and it is exactly 1 year to date when I left my beautiful home in Colorado. And those who know me know that I grew up in Colorado, and then I went to college out in Utah and lived there for about 10 years. And then circumstances led me back to Colorado for a few years where I met incredible friends. I found some awesome passions in my own personal interests, and I had a little bit of a transformation in my life. And we had an opportunity to come down and check out Austin, Texas. And because of a few circumstances in our lives, it just made sense, and all of the stars were aligning. So we, 1 year ago today, moved to Austin, Texas. And so far, a year into Austin, I love it down here. I mean, it doesn't have the mountains that I'm used to, like Colorado has or Utah. Not nearly as much camping, but there is so much to do here. The people are so nice, and it's fueled my addictions, aka beach and sand volleyball, which is the one thing I love to do outside of work and building business and helping people and coaching and so forth. But besides all that, the vulnerable thing I wanted to share with you is, change is necessary, and it's part of the process. I was just talking to another group about the frustrations I have about the new TikTok algorithm and how Oracle has now become the licensee, purchaser, owner, whatever you call it, of TikTok. And I got in on TikTok early on, got kind of a cool following by people, and then started to monetize that. Well, now all of those things are about to change. Long story short is, I'm not too happy with the changes, and I've kind of seen them coming since a year ago when they were doing the TikTok shutdown and all of these things. But I was planning and anticipating, but at the same time I was still participating because I wanted to just kind of write it out and see where things went. Well, had I made a direct decision in actually making the change up front and strategically going in the direction I wanted to, let's say YouTube, I doubled down on YouTube, I'd be in a different place than I was. And so I learned that the cost of not making decisions has a pretty profound statement. And so sometimes change forces us to make several decisions. You can either change with the times, or you can push against the grind, or you can do what I did, and it's kind of like sit in the middle. You do a little bit of everything. You have one door in, or 1 foot out the door, and one foot in the door. And I just wanted to share with you that sometimes that's okay, and sometimes, in my opinion, I'm reflecting over the last year, I love where I am and what I'm doing here in Texas, but I have realized how much time I have let go. And to me, that's a great reminder of making decisions and following through with them. Anyways, I just wanted to share that. And if you're kind of going through one of those similar situations where you have a decision to make and you're kind of 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door, I'd highly recommend I recommend that you look at the situation and say, what will happen if I choose to go one direction? If I go completely out one door? Or what will happen if I stay in the door versus where I'm at now? You might feel comfortable sitting in the middle because you just don't know how it'll play out. Now you're playing this lottery system and you just don't know. But when it comes to your goals, when it comes to doing things that are going to help you progress, there's a couple things I like to talk about, which is how change is vital. Making decisions right away is part of the experiential process, but also when it comes to making necessary but difficult changes early on and even late in the game, that's where true entrepreneurial maturity comes into play, and we develop that over time. So do I regret my decisions over the past year? Not necessarily, but I do feel like I've learned these lessons before and I'm just repeating old habits. So when it comes to being vulnerable and sharing a little bit more about the journey as an entrepreneur, it's important that we all look at the timeline both from a past perspective as well as futuristically looking down the sights of the barrel and saying, what am I looking at here? What am I trying to do? What am I trying to accomplish? Even in this moment, I am using a video to express my thoughts, to share some ideas. Not really sure what I'm going to share with you, but I know that by pressing record is going to bring out the focus in me, because when I am in high stress situations, I know that ADHD will kick in, and I oftentimes will use that momentum or use that wave to get into action and into momentum for the rest of the day. So I don't even know if I'm going to post this, but I realize that making decisions is powerful. And we're in the month of July, and Napoleon Hill taught that the seventh step to riches in Think and Grow Rich is making decisions and making them right. And in one of his other books, Outwitting the Devil, one of my favorite books, he said in this quote, I love it, it's be definite in everything you do. Never leave unfinished thoughts in the mind. Never leave unfinished thoughts in the mind. So make decisions, move in that direction, and you shall find yourself in different positions. I'm in a great spot. I love it here. But I know that I could be a lot further and in a lot better place than I am now if I find the avenues and make decisions a lot faster than I have over the last year. This is a commitment and a verbal declaration to my community, to my friends, to everyone else, that I'm making greater, faster, more important business-making decisions every single day. And it takes a lot of maturity, it takes a lot of experience, and it takes a lot of just faith, hope, trust, and knowing that the direction I am going is the right direction. So I share this, and I hope it's a great example. I apologize for my long-windedness, but I also just wanted to share this, that when it comes to your goals, there are parts of this that are very repetitive. There are parts of this where the more you do it, the more it'll start to become a habit, but sometimes we turn habits into just chores. Let's talk about brushing our teeth. Okay. How many of you, and everyone should be raising their hands, how many of you brush your teeth twice every single day and floss after every meal? I bet most of us do the first part. We brush every day, but if you're like me, flossing is a chore, right? But sometimes you do it out of, knowing that it's a discomfort. But you really should, right? And that's what all of our dentists and orthodontists say that we should do. Long story short is, when you build these habits, they become chores, things you have to do. They become part of what you do. But oftentimes we don't look at how can I make this better, because it's already an existing habit. And that's the danger of repetition, is we get complacent, we get comfortable with the repetitive things we must do. I want you to know that it is hard to write your goals every single day. Why? Because you wrote them down yesterday. You wrote them down a month ago. You already put one up on your mirror, or in your car, or wherever you put them. You have them everywhere. But I want you to know that writing them down every single day is and should feel like writing them down for the first time, because every day is a new opportunity to rediscover that goal and recommit. I'm doing that exactly right now. I knew that by bringing my camera out, pressing record, and sharing a video, I would catch the momentum of what I'm truly trying to accomplish here by helping you, by helping others, and by helping myself. So I hope this comes across in that message, and I'm really excited about it. So on a day like today, I hope to hear from you. I hope to hear what you're working on. I hope to hear what exactly it is that you're feeling in the process of accomplishing these goals that you have. Because your goals are my goals. I want you to succeed. I want you to achieve whatever it is you're working towards, whether it's financial based, whether it's health based, whether it's a business goal or an organization based, maybe it's a destination or a journey, whatever your goals might be, I'm with you there. And I want you to know that the repetition is important, but don't be complacent in that. Don't ride the line of gray decision making, and instead, be definite in everything you do. Don't leave any unfinished thoughts in your mind. And today, go kick butt, have a great day, and I'm excited to see you on the other side. Thanks.